selector. Come down, selector. 98.1, the voice of the people. Radio Democracy, Radio Democracy, Radio Democracy, for news, views, and entertainment.
To the program Midday Show, where they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we so on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Me na Karifa to contact where they bring this edition of Midday Show come to you. Inside this program, we get plenty news, information, and entertainment. So stay with me for the next 1 hour. You can be part of the program by way of sending comments or text message to the number 077981981 or if you go to our Radio Democracy Facebook page. The program now made a show they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And inside the program, I get with me today George Bartilo Powell, and the CEO and founder for the School News Dissemination. As in there so today for talk about school news dissemination and role in empowering future communicators in Sierra Leone. Good afternoon and welcome to the program. And also with me in the studio, I also get with me Daniel Espiwa, in the communication lead, CSO's National Consortium on Public Accountability. As in there also for discuss on civil society organization, then position on the ongoing constitutional review process, and the implementation of its tripartite recommendation and key governance issue them. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Madam Khalifa. It's always a pleasure being here.
Okay, continue for the between the program. The program now made a show. It come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, inside the program now, it's time for me to look at the first issue. The Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, say the Fuller Progressive Union and one panel organization, we don't support President Julius Maada Bio in flagship program, more especially pan the free quality education at Salone. Conrad Saki talked this with the Fuller Progressive Union together go give award certificate to 33 students them we don't graduate from different university and college in a Salone. For more on this, let we join with reporter Alfred Jana.
As the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, now the body will get the mandate for develop and implement policy them and regulate framework for technical, vocational and higher education institution them now Salone. Oversee quality assurance, accreditation, and evaluate all public university them.
The Fuller Progressive Union done the actively involve the education sector in Salone as them be done the launch Boku initiative them with a camper education with the one where they talk about the 500,000 million scholarship program where they target 1,000 early childhood school picking them now 4 districts where focus per gap picking and STEM students as a way for complement President Julius Maada Bio and free quality education make the Fuller Progressive Union done the award scholarship to different university students them make the award certificate to 33 students them we don't graduate from different university them.
So I must commend Lula for that, members of the executive members, Bulati Paula. If you see what we achieved today, we also today we celebrate 33 students then. So I think say now we all work, we hard work the whole on the way. You see that day Nabambuka, when I was elected as the president of the Fuller Progressive Union, there are so many things we have been putting. I think about 5 agendas that we have been put on ground. But education have been the priority for we. We compliment the president of this country, when President Julius Madabir. And I think, say, from 2019 to now, we don't do a lot. We don't do a lot with the help, and not only fullers, we extend them to all quarter of the country, all nations, all the tribes.
The voice where you just listen to. Now the president for the Fula Progressive Union, Alhaji Umar Sanu Bari, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, began part by this engagement and we get this for say.
The Fula Progressive Union started off with Fulas and supporting Fulas. But they recognize that they live in a bigger society. And therefore they reached out to others. For me, a good example will for emulate. Not only within the Fula community, but I want other people there, other communities, we're going to look through that activity for no say if we therefore get peaceful coexistence in this land that we all love. That way we become each other in keeper. I like when Mr. Sharif they move from the Quran to the Bible. So in the Bible there is this saying about we're each other's keeper. Yeah? And that's what now I will show today.
As a way for the testimony, but the kind help the scholarship don't they make the beneficiary them explain what the scholarship mean to them.
For me, the scholarship not just a pathway. Currently, I want for 2 million to self-employed. I currently depend on the niece or the nephew who is doing law currently. So I hope that I'll be able to continue with that and until I graduate. So FP now only just helped me for that get a paper, but they also will help me for that use that paper and.
My name is Dr. Sabachi Biba. So we want to say thank you to the FPU. And also the scholarship not just go as a personal gain, but also a responsibility to all of us. As they don't empower, we certainly forgive back to society.
Waiting really, this scholarship make the education sector now the Fula Progressive Union, Dr. Mohamed Asni Ubari explain.
And the program one for alignment perfectly with the national agenda when our President Bill flagship. So we look at the investment the way government they do. We say government they invest a lot in basic education. We say inside the gap they right now forget sent into universities. So we design a program. We try not to be ambitious, to be honest. We try to be modest. We get a target to say, look, we'll start with a handful of students and we see how that one they go. So the first call we get, we see say, this not good for work. With the demand higher than what we budget for. So every year, the mathematicians are looking at GPA, the metric progression, looking at GPA and AP. The world are not for be mathematician. AP now we they add, GP now we they multiply. So every year now multiply the thing they multiply. The student they will they celebrate soon, total they all there because from their country at 33. This is now what we call the first cohort. So in total we do award to about 800 students then.
Dr. Asmi Bari end up for encourage other tribe or organization for help President BU achieve in vision we get for education, for the society, for radio democracy. Mina Alfrejana, the report.
The program now made show they come to a live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program, I'll be going to this studio guest earlier winner George Batilo Powell and the CEO and founder for the school news dissemination. As today they also for talk about the role way the school news dissemination they play in empowering future communicators na saloon. Well, so for possibly for the first time they hear the school news dissemination. So you can take me to that.
All right, good afternoon once more. So, school news dissemination, we particularly for empower picking them way to go school. And not just start now. Me now a living example to the existence of school news dissemination. Okay. Before I come to why we they go in search of picking them, we want to study mass communication and journalism. Let's take the public through how it come about. It starts school days. When we go school, I began the desire for become the news journal president by then. So when I lost the election, before I lost the election, I served as a spokesperson for the news journal Nascent Words. And when going into the election, this dream we don't come to life today, now be one of the manifesto. How? The manifesto was for law able to come together as schools them, law would disseminate things them to the public where they happen within the schools. So it started way back school days, but you can testify say school picking not get no experience by then for practice professional journalism. So I go in for mass communication, do diploma, do degree, and I don't practice journalism for a while now. So waiting with our experience, one go turn back to the school. Then picking the other way, one for turn journalist or we want to study mass communication. But we parents or guardians them day where they say no, them prefer go do law, they prefer go do engineering, they want for divert the picking in career. Which of course now down the try for end mass communication or journalism now also a professional career. If the picking get the ambition or they aspire for go study at a university or be one of the greatest communicators in the world, then let them allow them. So we go in search of them picking there, try for bring them together, guide them through and ensure say them be other the one for be.
So you talk about guidance, how the organization don't they do in terms of engaging school, picking them for say they're able for achieve their dream where some go on for be a communicator.
All right, so we start a school tour next week. We go in search of interested picking them, or we make picking them interested. We go now then schools there. We sensitize the organization, bring awareness for the organization, and we go through the administration of the schools, try for fish out them picking there from them schools there. We want to study mass communication or we want for be journalists in the country. When we get there now, we can start the practical aspect of training. We get senior journalists there across the country. We're willing for support in terms of training them picking there. We start with theory first. We need for teach them, but within mass communication or journalism there, but then we can start for let them self begin practice what we don't teach them. But for now, we go school by school next week. We start the tour. We go in search of them picking there, get them together through them parents, then school administration. We sit them down, explain the aims and objectives of the organization. We get their consent, then we can start the practical aspect of them.
So now, which picking them on the target? Is it primary school or secondary school picking them?
We the target as long as you picking a go school, but we get to focus.
Both primary and secondary.
Primary is junior secondary and senior secondary. We the target them, but the focus go be senior secondary. Why we the target all? We they groom them from the start. Till you go to senior secondary school, it be the main focus. The main focus from SS1, SS2 to 3. So as you don't be guided for enter to university for go study mass comm or journalism. So we target all school picking, but the main focus therefore be the senior secondary school. Take you through SS1, SS2, SS3. Before you go FBC mass comm or Limco Queen or other universities, you don't get the theory aspect of trainings of which you go for. So you go make the course very simple for you. You go get more love for let you go into the course.
So how are you able for identify them picking? Is it that now picking away they na the art stream or picking away don't they do well na school or are they going for?
Well, journalism particularly for mass comm, we request for more of art students them. But we don't see a lot of students them later on we not to art students they will do other courses related to journalism. We see people that were related to science, they report on climate issues and other stuff them. As long as you are interested, we go in search of you. It's open with a seek consent from the administration. If you want for be mass communicator or journalist, we can take you and groom you to whether you want for become. So it's not limited only to art, it cut across. Maybe that student where they science can end up for go doing science course but can relate to communication. I could not say only journalism, mass communication or journalism.
Okay, continue for the routine at the program, work look at the message and the train itself way una go able for give to them pikia so for make them go able for achieve what they want to achieve, especially in the area of communicate for big communicators in the country. The program made a show they continue and they come to a live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And yourself can be part of the program by way go send a comment or text message to the number 077981981 or self you go on Radio Democracy Facebook page. Inside the program I come to my other studio guests when Daniel SPY in the communications lead CSO's National Consortium on Public Accountability, as in there also for discuss about the civil society organization position on the ongoing constitutional review process, the implementation of the tripartite recommendation, and key governance issue. So, let's go straight to the topic where they can talk about on a position on the constitutional review. We member of parliament then they debate now. So, waiting on our own position on this constitutional review.
So, thank you very much for the invite. And like in the intro, we as CSOs, we position very clear when it comes to the constitutional review process, because the reason why people then they act in directives of the citizenry for make sure say the government bring into the members of parliament bring in laws or for enact laws now for let the law go meet to imagine issues. Okay. They make law for 3 days, then tomorrow I find out say they speak to the interests of the people, they protect them, or they address the emerging issues. So we as civil society, we deem and fit say, in as much as this is a national Bible that will see the operations of not only the ECSL, not only the central governments, not only other institutions, but it cut across all over Sierra Leone, making sure that citizens get a law. We're not only protective, but it's also progressive. We not just they look at the interest of the selected few or the one that within the hem of affairs right now for make sure say they entrench their own position as against the interest of the citizens. So for us as civil society, we they monitor the process and we have made it very clear, unequivocally clear to them say it is important for let the citizens' voice be heard in this review process. How? We members of parliament then they represent we from different political, the two political parties, because as we speak we not get independent candidates or members of parliament. So now the two big political parties, we now APC and the SLPP, they currently represent the citizenry in the parliament. So it is important for Lobrankan to the notice say at this juncture, based on the Buhari who will not get during the 2023 general elections, we even give birth to the tripartite recommendations. And then the TRC can clearly say our laws needs to be, positioned for address emerging issues and for future, references. We go make sure say Sierra Leone, they at par with other developed nations. So our position, like I say, is clear that the too much powers we concentrated in the hands of the executive arm of government be reduced. For us, it is very, very critical. We have seen over years or over time where one great man gets all the powers. Now when they appoint this now, in fact, to the point of supreme executive power.
Okay.
And until this time, the 1991 Constitution clearly defined within at the supreme. That's an absolute power. Whatever you does in that office, it is hook, line, and sinker. Whatever you say is not the final. So we say and say the 1991 Constitution give enormous powers to the executive arm of government, we headed by the president. So we see and say in his exercise of his constitutional responsibilities, we say then say he get the prerogative for hire and fire. We don't see who said the president, a sitting vice president with no recourse to any other, institution, whether like the judiciary or that of the legislative. Because in other countries, those are the mates to the executive, to the excess powers. Unlike ours, not just a unitary, decision somebody they make in the form of, in the capacity of president, and it becomes final. So number two, also we see and say, if the president, certain statutory institutions, then they need to be seen as an independent institutions. Take for instance the PPRC, that of the ESL, that of the police, that of the ONS. Of course, the ONS, the defense, because in other nations, when they say you're not president, you are the commander-in-chief. Now you're in charge for move the military into action or otherwise. In our own dispensation, we have seen over time wherein you even get fusion of power. That is to say that the office of the Attorney General and that of the Minister of Justice now one. And this is the man that will sit with the executive arm of government based on the fact that he or she is appointed by the president. We see and say that one itself, in conformity with stringent checks and balances. Because the person when are the prosecutor for government, or when are the government legal, advisor, I think say it is prudent for us to be having a kind of institution, or whether a commission, which I then will say, this commission is charged with the responsibility of vetting individuals.
Okay, we go look at the recommendation and continue no more with una position the way una gets on the constitution. That is
what I'm stating. Okay. That we get an independent institution. This independent institution can be comprising of various professionals. It don't mean say pass you be politician. No, you can be a profession in the in the medical sector, sector, in the engineering sector, in the financial sector, in the academic, cut across, in making sure that the independent individuals then get the responsibility for, say, if somebody get for be head of the police, the Inspector General of Police, or that of the Attorney General or Minister of Justice, not to president, now that institution and that commission or that caucus now then for identify the person, now then for seek the person or search the public opinion, then call them people, then they interview them independently and they make recommendation to the president. So then in tandem with the presidency can now say, okay, this. So when that individual is in that position, he is not there to satisfy the president. He is there to satisfy the nation. The importance of this is this. It's not going to say because I am being appointed or selected by the president, so I will have to satisfy the president. Because he knew he is being brought in by an independent set of people who sees the national aspect of things, unlike the partisan aspect of things, then you go now get the conclusion, say, oh, my position here is to seek the interest of the nation and not the individual. We don't see instances where in somebody did not court, then say order from the above, this, that. So we want for be a broad base. Political parties, independent people, the media, the civil society, we all come together and we select them people. Then when they're in that position, at the end of the day, they get the optimal service delivery from the individuals without bias, fear, or favor. And then also we think and say it's very, very important for, let we get a date. You forget a specific date as it is in America. Then get a particular day where they say, this is the day set aside for elections. Being presidents, parliamentarians, chairmen, mayors, and that of councillors. With that particular day. Except for natural, occurrence or other, disasters or unforeseen circumstances. Now we'll make that date the change. But that date that we put on now the calendar after every 5th year of the presidency. This particular day now will be set aside for election purposes. And then besides that, we don't see and also say it unfair to the people of this country. For let us say now anti-Khalifa to win today, automatically then swear in today without I don't think say it also. I mean, let we dey at par, let we dey practice international best practice. Because if we say this now a global village, because many a time when hardship come, people then go say the parliament, the politician then go say, not to Salon no more, it is all over. So if not to Salon no more, the goodies where they over yonder, let we self the experience that goodies there. The best practice, international best practice where then the practice now other civilized nations, developed nations, let we self they try for inculcate or imbibe them kind of ideas then they in our body politics. And then secondly also, we see and say a very, very important in all of this, in making sure that the people's choice in the electoral process, is it going to be first past the post or the PR system? For us, it is very, very key. Because, you see, the drafters of the 1991 Constitution did not do it because they were comfortable to do it. They did it because they think it will address future problem.
Like waiting.
Fine. Now, if you say 50 plus 1, you ask yourself, does it represent the national face? 50 plus 1 represents national face. But when you say 55%, it means you have your stronghold. Let me say me na NGC or C4C as the case may be. And my strength in the western area. If they say 50 plus 1, no sooner the entire western area vote for me overwhelmingly, I don't get the 50. If I get one vote in the south or the north or the east as the case may be, I automatically become the president, which will not be representative of the national face. So the 50%, you can get that 50% in your stronghold. But the 5% may come from those other areas. We go mean say, Daniel sitting here did not get this mandate only from his own, stronghold. There were people who voted for him in the north, in the east, and in the south as the case may be. So that is why the issue of the 55% is very, very important. If we say we are going to eliminate that one, then whosoever comes in as a president on that particular electoral, principle, will not be having the command or the mandate right across the country. So for us, it is very, very key. So again, when I will go school and I say there are pros and cons. Even the rest will eat to get advantage, you get in disadvantage. You can go and yield, you follow, you collapse, you die. It's important for let we know which type of electoral system the people they want. If the people then say proportional representation, so be it. If the people then say first past the post, so be it. Now could they call on the parliamentarians? You don't enact laws based on your comforts. You are trying to chase. You don't enact laws based on you want to target a certain group of people. You don't enact law to be a kind of witch hunt. You enact laws we could be progressive, we could stand the test of time, so that in other countries their constitutions have taken well over 200 years. No amendment. It still speaks to issues, to imagine issues, because they had the foresight. They knew that 10, 15, 20, 100 years from now, things will be like this, and therefore let us position this national Bible in making sure that whatever unforeseen circumstances may have come at the end of the day, this constitution for able for address.
Okay, so you don't mention some pan the position where una get as civil society on the constitutional review process where they go on now. So in such, how you go able for describe this constitutional review?
First, the problem we'll get with this particular review process, now that they are taking it bit by bit, it will not take us anywhere. Any nation which is serious for making for review their constitution, first with it, holistically, how do you bring the people on board? Because don't forget, say, the constitution, it get express or entrenched clauses that the constitution, it is not just the members of parliament that tampers with it. You have to bring it back to the people through a referendum or plebiscite. You seek the minds and hearts of the people. What do you want leading at this constitution? Now, this death penalty within the constitution for treason, for this, for that, for that. Certain acts, then they wait somebody, they attack somebody brutally in a streets through armed robbery or any other means. That person there at the point of death. You go to police. What is required of the police? The police for jump into action automatically. When they get a sick or injured person go to the hospital for treat the person first, or then for wait first, then get the statement from the person who one die and the one that the perpetrator or suspect, as the case may, or alleged suspect, as the case may be, before ever they treat. The logical answer to that question would be no. When the person at the point of death, based on the injuries where the perpetrator don't inflict on her, it is prudent for them to treat the person first. Let them revive him. When the person don't get life, then when I can ask him questions. But you know, go say pass the person go take police paper first or medical paper first from the police doctor, a can of police, then what not, then take statement from her before ever they go. It is unfair. Suppose in the process the person die. So these are some of the gray areas in our law books or other statutory, regulatory whatnot there. We know they address the needs of the people. So again, it is very important that all the entrenched clauses then, let them bring them come back to the people. Yes, we know the urgency because based on the tripartite agreement or recommendation, now this electoral process come out, now this other, anything we surround
so on the
now but it's very important for let we make sure say the law the bill comes back to the people. They make their own inputs through referendum, then they can go now and sit down and tell them we go help for the development.
Okay, continue for the with me at the program in name now Daniel Espiwa in the communications lead CSO National Consortium on Public Accountability. As in the also for talk about the imposition on the ongoing constitutional review process, the implementation of the tripartite recommendations and key governance issue. The program now made a show it come to a live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program I still get with me George Batilo Powell and the Syrian founder for School News Dissemination. Since they also for talk about the school news dissemination, the role in empowering future communicators na saloon. So now we the plan for going at different school and able to identify them, picking them. So it's in the initiative or training program the way una gets for give to them pick. So in terms of for making them go able for be a communicator in the country.
All right. So it involves two ways. Yeah, we get picking them when at the main focus we one for study mass communication or journalism. We they count to that one day. We also get the general pupils and where they go school. Yeah, and like I attest to the fact say the tend the way we they go school, they not be too social media or digital type. Now we in a digital world, we in a social media world. And mass communication therefore creates send and receive message to different media platforms. We they see now a sudden follow they see picking them now. The full on social media, the likes of the trend of anti-Shakira and other stuff. So this now another part of the tour what they for do. We therefore educate them picking there how for use social media platform, how for they receive, how for they send messages. It's so sad for they see them picking there nowadays when our future we go little bit tomorrow they misbehave so now social media. So one of the things that we therefore do now forget a school-based workshop. We say we therefore train them picking there, get different media people and professionals now this workshop here for train them the theory part of how for become a mass communicator or journalist. Then we also therefore get the practical side of them. We just don't get the training or practice and we give them the platform for let them also practice waiting they don't train them. We therefore get guest lecturers them also for media institutions. For example, 98.1, Kaifa to Kingo serve as we get speaker, share your experience in the media field and inspire, mentor them picking there for be a great somebody like you. We also therefore get partnership with media institutions. We get AYV, we get Radio Democracy, we get different media institutions. Where they take them picking their through for let them see how they operate, let them see the work of journalism. Let will not just go train them, they know they see. We therefore do a tour now different media houses who they partner with for let them picking their go see within them they do. And all of this we therefore also monitor and mentor. Go just start like we picking they go sit they go school, get an exam or guide them for let able passing exam. So we therefore monitor and mentor them. Each and every category of picking the word identify as for let them study mass comm or journalism. We get for give them mentors them, we get for monitor them and put them into test for low see say yes, they don't actually achieve within the aim or mission of the organization. Then also therefore recognize them good work. Okay. At the end of the day, we'll therefore give them certificates. At the end of the day, say you don't go through training from SND, we don't make you a better future communicator. We not only stop here, we ensure say until you start for study the course before we learn.
So waiting on the side way you get for prioritizing this training program, is it journalism, public speaking, or digital media?
Well, they therefore involve all.
Okay.
But now bit by bit, they go small because we want for expose them to journalism, as you say, or mass communication. Then there will be a different segment. We therefore also give them practical media experience. We therefore develop them critical thinking skills. It therefore involve everything about mass communication, but bit by bit. We're able to do everything at once. So then training is there. For example, if this week we focus on public speaking, we can get different media people we don't involve in public speaking for can do them training there to the picking them. If we say our journalism, we call journalists them. If we say our digital media or social media, we get people and we get vast experience in them fields there for come together and boom them picking there.
So this is not a new organization we just set up. We don't get existing organization them where their own vision self align with Tunayon. So how you go able for work with them for CCA able for achieve your dream way now for make you able for train young students them in terms of for make them go be a good communicator in the country?
A very good question, because you Motama no go able stand alone. We all need help. We all need for collaborate. SND is open for collaboration or partnership or sponsorship for them people there or media institutions, and they will get similar ideas. We hope for work with them people there so that they will help we build the future. Now we for targets them picking there, because the one they will already don't go astray, we they see how they misbehave na social media or they perform very well in terms of communication. So now we for collaborate, we ensure so we collaborate with them people there, we get similar ideas with we for how we able build the future of Sierra Leone. And with this now a platform also for our call for them people and the be media institutions them or related institutions and for let them go come to SND. We open for sponsorship, partnership or collaboration for let them go able ensure say we aims and objective of the organization come to pass.
This training program where you want for do for school picking and one way gets for need funding. How SND they get funding for CCA able for carry out your mandates?
SND is a corporate body, not a media entity. Allowed with the clarification, and a non-profit organization. For now, we depend on sponsors, partnership, or collaboration. We not get any means of raising fund as a non-profit, but through then collaboration, partnership, and sponsorship, we believe say then things they are go come together. For example, we meet Radio Democracy, say one for doing training, we need a partnership for cover and all. On normal basis, a profitable organization, it involves a lot of resource. But I believe say Radio Democracy no go deny such initiative for building next journalists who can practice journalism in Radio Democracy. So it's a non-profit actually. We not get any particular fundraising system for the organization. We do and through membership contributions, fundraising through partnership, collaboration or partner or sponsorship.
Okay, continue for the witness and the program. In name now George Batilo Powell, in the CEO and founder for the school news dissemination. As in they also for talk about the role way then they play in empowering future communicators na salon. The program may they show they continue and now not for make we take another issue inside the program. The country coordinator for Slum and Rural Health Initiative Network Salon, Mohamed Maras, say the organization they plan for engage the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education for develop curriculum we go look inside substance and mental health now all school in Afriton. Mohamed Marat talk this way Slum and Rural Health Initiative Network through the Brave Arts project with support from Grand Challenges Canada go give certificate to 61 teacher them for 20 school in Afriton after we then complete training program and do research on substance abuse and mental health where they happen at school in the country. We report some Lamin Kebe get when gonna reports.
As substance abuse and mental health don't be serious security concern as Salon, plenty private institutions them don't they complement government efforts for fight against substance abuse and mental health. Where you go agree with me say don't they affect youth man and woman them na different parts of the country. As them kind of support they have to continue from private sector player them make the Slum and Rural Health Initiative Network Salon go give certificates to 61 teacher them from different school them na Freetown after they receive training on how to manage mental health issue and substance abuse. The country coordinator for Slum and Rural Health Initiative Network, Mohamed Mara, been explain more about this project.
We start the project in 2025, February. This project, we actually focus in working with slum communities and also with schools because we don't see how young people in this so far. And we don't see how the issue of drug they affect even school picking nowadays. And so we decided to work with 4 slum communities, both in the urban area and the rural area as well. And we also decided to work with schools, both in the urban and the rural. We have private schools, government schools, mixed schools, female schools, boys schools, so then we actually get a fair representation of 3 projects. Inside the project, we therefore recruit teachers in any particular schools and we train them about the curriculum we develop to help prevent beginning not for tap into drugs and help prevent them from when they get mental health problems then.
Mohamed Mara continue for talk about the new curriculum where he say they don't develop, we go give public awareness to school picking them, but mental health and substance abuse.
One of the major aims now to see how best we can work with the ministry to make sure the curriculum we don't develop we're very much tailored to preventing substance use disorder and mental health. For let the ministry look into them and see which part of this curriculum they will adopt into the national school curriculum. So it will be a national issue where in every side you go to the country, in every schools, then they teach picking them about drug and substance abuse, what will happen to them if they're going to drug, how they able to prevent themselves from not get mental problems then. So this is the most important reason. If we able to get them a national school system where in the teach picking them from primary schools right up to high school level about drug and substance abuse, because you might be surprised for say a lot of picking them they go to school now, then they sell tramadol to their colleagues them. Some of them when they go to school and the parents and they give them tramadol for sell them.
Where if they give the keynote address, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, not been wasting for talk about the importance of individual service for achieve national development.
The health and dignity of our communities require deliberate action, resilience, and a deep sense of responsibility. One heart committed to service can ignite a movement. As you receive your certification today, remember that a certificate does not measure your courage, it recognizes it. The real measure of your impact is in the lives you touch, the communities you uplift, and the hope you spark in those who thought no one else cared. So I leave you with this thought. The one-legged stool can support a village if placed wisely. Never underestimate the power of your contribution, no matter how small it seems. Never forget why you started. Let your brave hearts guide Sierra Leone towards a healthier, stronger, and more united tomorrow.
Radio Democracy talk to teacher them will be receive certificates inside this ceremony as they talk about the impact when they say this training will get by the effect against substance abuse. Now the different school them where they teach.
Me as CX Alfred Hill Valley Academy. This certificate, first of all, I want to say a happy for get so I get through a program we had come with related to drug abuse or drug related issues. When it comes to drugs related activities, there are a lot of things we don't learn. That makes a whole lot of sense.
My name is Kadiata Maya. I'm a teacher from St. Joseph Convent. It helped a lot because the people first will not be aware of it, of drugs abuse. Most of them don't know the risks of harm, and they know much more. We show them the difference between the harmful and non-harmful drugs. We give examples, we help them know much.
Then teacher they end up say they will work with the relevant authority them for say they win the fight against substance abuse and mental health issue. Now school them now the country for the Society for Radio Democracy. Monelamin Kebe the report.
Should continue and I can to my studio guest when Daniel S. Pewa, in the communication lead na CSO's National Consortium and Public Accountability. So earlier on, you will talk on the implementation of the tripartite recommendation them.
Yes, so of course, me and you two know say now the 2023, electoral process will be lead to the, coming in of the second term of His Excellency the President Julius Maada Bio. And at the same time, that election, they be marred with a lot of controversies. Of course, you remember, say, the opposition be even boycott all governance processes. We international guarantors, the government itself, and the opposition gets the, tripartite engagements. And when they make the engagement, a lot of recommendations they come out there. But the key ones, they be, tailor them to the electioneering process. Okay. That's going forward. The mistake we will make in the 2023 general elections, repeat again. So what they do? They say all EMBs, elections management bodies, that are the judiciary, that of the police, and the big, elephant in the room, when in the Electoral Commission, therefore make sure they look into election disputes fairly and justly. That is to say, in the exercise of your political rights, either to be voted for or for you to vote for any of your candidates. You see, say somebody don't usurp your right or you don't abuse your right, or you see and say there has been an infringement on any of your, rights for vote. Then say if we're going to court, and when you go to court, the court for expeditiously look into your case for make sure say they are addressed in a timely manner within the electoral bracket period. So this will be one of the recommendations. And then so inclusivity, transparency, and credibility. You remember the ECSL being talked, they said they may get challenges in having ballot papers or other electoral materials na the polling centers or polling station out of the scheduled time. So all that one they being for encroach on the delayance. So then say going forward, then for make sure say all those materials are provided at every center or polling station as and when necessary. And then we also talk say how them go make subsidy for the ID cards. Let everybody get voters ID card in as much as you don't attain the threshold for let you vote. Okay. Make sure say everybody gets election ID card or voters ID card. Then we also make sure this two-SIM issue. Say before now the two-SIM issue now be a very turning issue. Yeah. It disqualify a lot of people. How do we ensure that those in the diaspora who have already attained dual citizenship, either from Britain, from America or other European countries, for make sure they themselves participate? Because don't forget, they are contributing immensely. The remittances they are sending, according to research, it costs billions of dollars over the past period. So if you disenfranchise them one and they say let them not participate, it means you don't exclude them, and it's discrimination. Somebody they are cold, it generates money, it send an eye for development. Instead forget in your mouth or in your say now we electoral system for make sure say then self give advice they for protect their investment. It's also important for them also cascade to the prisoners. Because some people they don't know for saying any heinous crime they commit or criminal offenses. Some are just there for pickpocketing. They under. I think say it's necessary also for them to make sure say then self participate. And then the type of electoral process where the people they want. What me and you two want. Is it the first past the post or the proportional representation. That one where the people then say, now this we want. Because as we speak, there has been a huge disconnect between the electorates and their elected officials. You say they are not things as if you sabi parliamentarian. You say, my brother, they are not things as you sabi parliamentarian under this PR system. So we are saying that the constituency type of elections is the most practiced all over the world. Let we embark on that. The reason is this: if somebody they represent you, gone are those days where they link on you member of parliament for let can put you picking bondo, or let can help you for let you marry, or let help you for fast month for where they fast for sooner cut. No, it's not that. But the people, their voices should be heard in the well of parliament.
Okay.
As we speak, there are issues, turning issues that hinges on national interest within a parliament. For me and you too, no. As we speak, then don't enact laws say nobody not for smoke in a public. Is it known to you? Is it known to you? No. So it is your member of parliament that should come back and tell you, say, we don't enact law, nobody not for smoke in a public again. No, if they see cigarette, now you want na criminal offense, you will be called and charged to court and you will be sent behind bars. How many of we sabi of that? No. Just few of us. So again, that disconnect has created a kind of a huge gap between us and our electorate. Okay. You know, they say because the man, parliament, why I'm married or why I'm putting me picking a do or what? No, that's not their responsibility. But at least then for help we for address the issues. If I not say me area where they drug cartel or enclaves and don't boku day, I can go and country a notice. It can go put her under. Before you come in and a parliament say, it's like I say, this kush business, I don't become prevalent, so all over I don't permeate the entire society. Let us enact laws to address those ones. These are the importance why we should be able to practice this constituency type of, or first past the post type of electioneering process in making sure that we are at, with the interface with representatives, and so that at the end of the day,
okay,
anything where they born where they mourn we can bring can to them, let them take action on her and pass her into law for safe society.
We have offended for come and talk more into this and look inside this constitutional review process. So in all of this, what do you call for as civil society organization on this constitutional review process?
It should be people-centered. The constitution we are about to review should be people-centered. It should capture the minds and hearts of the people, the citizenry, and it should not be enacted for today or tomorrow. It should not be enacted in the interest of a particular, political party, but in the interest of Sierra Leone. A constitution that addresses the anomalies, the mistakes we've made over time, and making sure that we progress and be at par with other civilized nations. And then lastly, the current political upheaval in the country, I am sitting here calling on His Excellency the President. I have known him since he was a military officer. I have known him since he was in the NPRC. I know the type of gentleman he is, very God-fearing. As it stands, the current political happenings in the country is not safe. Knowing fully well where we have come from, fighting this 11 years senseless war, how our people suffered, some were maimed, murdered or killed. They were forced to go into exile, refugees. They suffered in other countries. They died there. We could not access even their corpses, let alone their graves. We are calling on the president. The current political tension in the country is not good. Let him use his good office, being who he is, the compassionate heart that he has. Let them set Lawyer Lansana free. Lawyer Lansana is just a politician. If he makes mistakes, let the law take its course. But his rights should not be stifled or trampled upon or violated by denying him bail. He can be granted bail, he can be coming to court, but let them give him the wherewithal to go back to his party and do the needful in making sure that they roll out their, lower level elections, and going forward, let there be peace and quiet. It is the fountain of honor.
Okay.
He is the first
Plenty,
gentleman.
thank you.
We are calling on him to exercise his prerogative of mercy to drop these charges that has been levied against Lansana Doumbouya.
Okay,
For
plenty
peace
thank
and
you. We're joining at the program, Mr. Farah. We'll get for Fentem for come with you back and talk on the different governance the key governance issues. Then plenty thank you. We're joining at the program.
Always a pleasure.
And name now Daniel Espewa in the communications lead CSO's National Consortium and Public Accountability. As in there so today for talk on the position on the ongoing constitutional review process and the implementation of the tripartite recommendation. Plenty thank you. We're joining at the program. Yes, Powell. So now on the start on a different school and how for identify them pick. So is it that now schools then are free turn or on a for going different pattern at the country?
Well, for a start, we start now Freetown. We obviously get for go around east, west, and central parts of Freetown for turn at them schools there. As time goes on, we make sure say we reach to the provincial areas, and because this is not a corporate body, we're not only limited to council. So yes, we therefore take a tour across the country and partner with people that we go able identify them picking any from different districts.
So is it that una get for work with school groups or una they go and create una own group of communicators then we una want for bill?
I believe say most of them schools they get school news journal body in them schools and they get people they get teachers that were in charge of L&DS and school news journal. So we do go in collaboration with them for ensure say they help we come together as a team for labor identify them. Then we self can get with your body part of them schools and they.
Okay, so it will be message in terms of word of encouragement to begin them for see need for making them able for study journalism or self be a good communicator in the country.
Shortly, let's just go over 5 things and we come in mind for the picking the way they listen. Why important for let you go able they part of SND or study mass communication and journalism. 1, we they try for build the next generation of communicators in Sierra Leone. And I believe say you where they listen, you want for study mass com, you want for be the next generation of communicator. You need for be part of we Lord guide and protect you through the path as you aim for become one of the best in the country. Also, we not only they train them theoretically, we also therefore do practical something. We they ensure say you where they listen, so you want to become journalist or mass communicator, you write news, you do public speaking, you do them things then they for let you get used to and let you get the love for and the passion for them. We also they try for end misinformation at this country. Let we begin them now where they listen, try for differentiate, able fact check and do things that way not go lead to more misinformation. We they lead to election and we picking them day. Then most of them they now social media, they now digital world, they get tablets and all. So the guy them picking they also how for fact check and do other stuff them in terms of communicating. We create opportunities and expose them to communication through different fields them. And the last one we give them a voice. When you look at most of them organizations there, I believe say now Children's Forum Network, one of the standing voices in our salon. We therefore collaborate with them, but most of Kids Radio they, but a lot of other organizations they know they give picking them voice for speak out.
Okay.
So the message will be you we believe say you want for be a great communicator, you want to study mass communication or journalism, you can do it.
Okay.
And the other message to the parents, let parents for divert the part of career for picking them. If you picking say one study mass com or journalism, allow them not to doctor or lawyer only in a professional course in this country. Mass communication, nobody know in this country or this world where they live without communication. We need professionals in this field. So please, this is a message to parents, the picking them, the school administrations them. Let we encourage picking them for study mass communication and become great professionals in the country.
Okay, plenty thank you. We're joining the program. My name is George Batilo Powell, in the Syrian founder for School News Dissemination. As he said, be there so for talk about the role where they play and empowering future communicators in a salon. Plenty thank you. We're joining the program. Well, I had the program made a show for today, Tuesday, February 17, 2026. Go left you. Plenty thank you to we executive producer Michael Sambola and we producer Theodore Arena, and plenty thank you to Lucinda Williams for in technical support. Fatma Tasamoa make una watch you live on our Facebook page, and we present this edition of the program made a show come to you. My name is Karifatu Conte.